Around 80% of the world's energy comes from fossil fuels. Fossil fuels include coal, petroleum, and gas. They come from plants and animals from thousands of years ago and seem to be the best source of energy during the Industrial Revolution. Although using fossil fuels for energy is cheap, it is not renewable and contains high amounts of carbon, which pollutes the air. Fossil fuel reserves are being used at a very fast rate due to the increasing energy demands, so an alternative energy source must be found before all of the fossil fuel reserves are depleted. Nuclear energy is a source of energy that should be considered more, but not by using uranium. Nuclear energy comes from the splitting of uranium atoms. This generates heat, which produces steam. The steam is used by a generator to create electricity. Nuclear power plants do not burn fuels, so it does not cause pollution. The downside to using nuclear energy is that uranium, the element used to run the power plant, is radioactive and must be stored very far underground for up to tens of thousands of years, depending on the level of radioactivity. The radioactive waste produced can cause major health effects on the environment as well as the people. Thorium is an element on the periodic table just like uranium, which is used in nuclear energy. Like uranium, the properties of thorium allow it to be used to fuel a power plant and create electricity. Thorium is also radioactive, but not nearly as much and is 3 times more common than uranium. It is found in rocks and soil in small amounts. Liquid fluoride thorium reactors, also known as LIFTR, is the reactor being used for thorium. Liquid fluoride thorium reactors use a mixture of liquid salts to cool the reactor and transfer the heat of energy out of the fission chambers and into something that can power a turbine. This reactor is more efficient and safer than using pressurized water to cool uranium fuel rods. Because it doesn't use water for cooling, there is no possibility of a hydrogen explosion, like what happened in Fukushima. A thorium fuel cycle can be immediately shut down by turning off the neutron supply. This doesn't stop the heating right away, but it stops it from getting worse. A liquid fluoride thorium reactor also comes with a plug at the bottom of the reactor that will melt if the temperature becomes too high. The liquid would drain underground and the reaction would stop. Thorium is less radioactive than uranium because it produces alpha particles, which is less biologically harmful than uranium's gamma particles. 300 years is the time it takes underground for thorium to become safe and no longer radioactive, compared to the tens of thousands of years that it takes for uranium to become safe. The use of fossil fuels for energy has significant global effects, and a safer alternative energy source should be looked into.